starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome to Saturday night here at Cryptids and Conspiracies. I am your host, T Bunny. And let me bring on my partners in crime. I was kind of critiqued earlier today at my friend Craig actually watched the video for once. And he says he doesn't watch them because he pretty much hears them through the walls. But he watched one and he's like, "Well, you didn't introduce anybody." And I was like, "Well, everybody knows who they are." He's like, "Well, not everybody." I was like, "All right, good point. Okay, so I'm going to bring on the Scotsman first. This is Mr. Cruel Barab.
If it's no Scottish, it's crap!
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having us. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Hopefully,
is he all right?
Hopefully, if Craig watches tonight, he'll know that. Okay, I listened to his critique. I listened to his, Anyway,
All right, done.
I guess I gotta introduce the next guy. The unofficial co-host of the show, and all around furry guy. This guy here. What's your favorite?
Nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
It's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
Hey, yo.
Hey. He also says he hated it when you go icon. So
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I was like, that's all he can like munch on my our time.
Bunny, you'll see, Bunny. Us professionals, we don't use the icon.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, let's get caught up here on the chat.
Yeah, there's some
Infinity's
chat.
got a clock.
All right.
He's got a clock, so we're late.
Yeah, we were late.
Not Brian in the chat says it's looking time again.
Right.
Not
Brian. Late.
Yeah.
Yep, we're late.
How are you, not
Captain's
Brian?
like, hey, how's it going, not Brian? And not Brian says, legitimately suicidal on a daily basis. Hope you're faring better than I. Holy shit, Brian, what's going on over there, man?
Crap. Well, he is in the English Isles, so
He's in
He's in
Scotland.
Scotland.
It's Scotland. Well, that's in the English Isles, is it not? I think it's referred to.
Captain in the chat says, actually facing a few challenges here. Here's a prayer for mutual strength.
Okay.
And I said, hello, everybody. And he says, Captain Infinity, he's got the icons there. So, salute, strength, and thumbs up.
Well for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
And, Captain says, Wookiee, and says, Hi, Not Brent says hi, Wookie. So
Okay. All right.
Hopefully everybody's okay over there. You guys having issues? Man.
Well, thank you for sharing all those high comments.
Yes, all the highs,
really
hellos,
useful for the show.
late,
Yeah,
goodbye.
Useful for the show.
No.
Useful for the show. Yeah.
Thank you,
Anyway,
all two of you.
Yeah, thanks guys for spending some
All right.
time here in the chat. We appreciate it. Really do.
Yep. So let me tell you, basically I was trying to get this I worked all day on getting this video up, and it turns out the video was was like connected to the Smithsonian. And so when I went to check and see it, if YouTube would play it without gacking us, it turns out it wouldn't. So after cutting up a video all day long, I couldn't use them. So
I'm sorry,
anyway.
do I have to roll my sleeves again?
I guess you do.
Yeah.
I guess you do. Anyway, I did manage to catch one thing, which is the Gordon Lightfoot, very important piece of information that he gave an interviewer. Things that I wasn't aware of. So we can't play that one clip. I was going to play a clip of the actual dive on the Edmund Fitzgerald that I used in the opening. And it turns out that StreamYards won't, unless I convert it over to MP3, StreamYards won't even allow me to upload it. So,
that's nice of them. Thank you.
Okay, technology, you're taking a piss now.
StreamYards. It's so nice.
Thanks.
I'm having a disaster, kind of like November the 10th, 1975. For the Edmund Fitzgerald. So. One could say I'm cursed today, but anyway.
I wasn't even alive in 1975. Come on.
Yes, I know. You little whippersnapper, you.
I was 6.
I was 3.
I was 6 years old in 75.
Right.
I saw Jaws that freaking summer, baby, in a drive-in.
Jaws. Now, there you go.
Right. Okay, so
he never went back.
Give an overview that the SS Edmund Fitzgerald was known as kind of like the Titanic of the Great Lakes. She was known as the Fitz, Mighty Fitz, the Big Fitz, Pride of the American Side, Toledo Express, and Titanic of the Great Lakes. Yep. I don't know why you would want to nickname something the Titanic.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. What could go wrong with that? What could go wrong with that? But she was fitted to carry 72,000 gallons of fuel oil or coal. But she was pretty much the largest ship on the Great Lakes at one point. And so
what did they do? Start building it in 1956 or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was something like 19.
Something like that.
By the time this all happened, she was in service. She was 1958 when she was put in service.
Okay. I knew it was something like that.
So she was getting a little long in the tooth, but she the Lake Superior around in November. They have like early storms coming in from for winter. They call them the Witch.
Oh.
And the Witch of November. So here she is. She's steaming along across the Lake Superior. The Alberta, I think, was nearby. And Arthur M. Anderson. Yeah. And she basically there was a little bit of communication because the Witch of November hit, and the waves were really high, and they basically they call over and ask how the Edmund Fitzgerald's doing, and they said, we're holding her own, and then they weren't.
That's right. Yeah.
That was the last. That was the last communication, I believe.
Yeah. Well, the initial weather report was that the storm was going to miss, but later reports indicated that it was going to hit, and obviously it did. And if I recall, the captain decided to try and maneuver over towards the Canadian side of the lake to dodge as much of it as possible.
Yeah, he was. They were steaming pretty shallow. The Anderson was surprised at how far inland they were. How far towards the coast they were, and they were 17 miles from the Whitefish Bay, which is where they were headed, and just 17 miles out. They weren't like Nowheresville, but they they were almost home.
Yeah, they asked the other ship to kind of stick with them if they could.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be in communication.
And
in case of anything.
yeah, so 7:15, they lost radar contact, but they a couple times before that they had lost radar contact and it came back, which seemed to indicate that it was being submerged in under the waves, which try to say having a teenager, see how it feels. Okay.
Well,
are they having a conversation over there that I'm not aware of? Oh,
hey, Cotton, welcome to the chat.
Hey, hello,
Cotton. Hey, Cotton. Am I going to have to check the chat and see what they're talking about?
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not Brian's responding to Captain, says he's already got one, meaning a teenager.
Oh, okay.
Captain is like, I was thinking of you too. Maybe we can send our offspring on a holiday together. And not Brian says, is Siberia still open? And the captain's like, I hope so.
Okay. Well,
it's like that,
meanwhile, back at the actual topic, while they're talking about sending their teenagers to Siberia.
Welcome, Philbo.
Hey, Philbo. Good to see you, man.
Right.
But anyway.
We're having a conversation in the cheap seats.
But basically, the Anderson went looking, and all they found was like some debris and 2 lifeboats that were empty.
Yeah.
And that's all that they found.
Well, when they got to Whitefish, they were asked to go back, and the captain's
he didn't want to.
Gosh, he didn't want to go. He was like, God, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I will. If I'm able, blah 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 blah. But they did.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the waves were just massive.
Yeah.
And so the speculation kind of began as to how she sunk, and the narrative became that the rogue wave hit and the hatches gave way. That the hatches weren't properly they were properly latched down, and so basically they blamed the crew.
Of course,
for what happened, and particularly a young 21-year-old man who was like the youngest on the crew, whose job was to secure the hatches, and so they pretty much blamed them for the sinking of the Fitzgerald,
right?
And so the family had to carry that around with them for a long time. And let me. So Gordon Lightfoot maintained a relationship with the family because he wrote the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and he donated the proceeds to the families of the fallen, the 29 men that went down, and so he kept in contact with them. And a couple of the mothers were kind of upset with him because of the line that when the hatches gave way, they said, "Friend, it's been good to know you."
Cool.
And so they're like, he was just going off of basically what the narrative was. But he changed it later, but we'll get into that. I'll let him speak for himself later. But so that was pretty much the narrative for decades. Now, the video I was going to show you The videos I was going to show you, there's a few things that came out. Basically, they blamed it on the crew, except they made a lot of changes. One of the changes was no more overloading. They got real strict on overloading.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot more,
almost to a psychotic.
Measures were put in, yeah, a lot more safety measures, updated radar and all that kind of stuff,
right?
Yeah.
Yep, better radar. They basically started boarding ships and checking cargo more often, and it was like and they retired a bunch of ships very soon after and replaced them. Ships that they had, and it's almost like, okay, so let me think. So basically you blamed the sinking of Edmund Fitzgerald on the crew, except you suddenly crack down on overloading. You retire a bunch of ships saying that they're too compromised to do the job anymore. Yep. And you suddenly start cracking down on certain pathways through the lakes, which would cut time in half, but be more treacherous. And so it's like
no one survived.
No one. No.
All 29.
Interesting. Were the bodies recovered? Were any bodies recovered at all?
No, they declared it a grave site and they wouldn't let people dive on it.
See, that's weird. Not one?
No. Nope. As a matter of fact, in 94, a submarine crew was given permission to go down there and look, and the ship they found was almost intact, which is the video I was going to show you.
In half.
It cracked in half.
Yeah, it was broken in half. But what they said caused it to break in half was hitting the bottom.
Oh, I see.
Under full load.
Well, it was shallow,
Yeah, and they said that's what broke it in half, except that some archaeologists and some metallurgists and people like that who were looking at those videos that they got from that submarine, the only people ever allowed to go down there.
Right.
And they noticed that the breaks were from the top down. See, if it hit the bottom, it would crumple this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet, when the break was like this.
So what, like a V shape?
Now the break was like up instead of down.
Right. Yeah. So the back end went backwards, not forwards.
Right.
Yeah. The part that broke. So yeah. So
if it snapped in half when it hit the bottom, it would have crumpled inward because of the momentum, right? But when they looked at it, it looked like this, like it snapped like that.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they were like, okay, nobody else is allowed to go down there, and nobody's been down there since.
So what would cause that? What would cause it to break that way then?
Well, one theory that I saw today was that when the ship went down, the theory is that it got front heavy. So the bow went straight down, and it kind of went. It was almost standing upright when it hit the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, but it would have caused the crumple.
But what happened was that the back went backwards when it hit, and then it stood there for a second, and then it released, and that's why the back end is flipped upside down and facing the other direction.
The issue with that is the amount of damage done to the stern and to the bow. Both the stern and the bow are still relatively intact. And so if they hit, if the whole thing was like driven into the sea floor intact, then there would be a crumpling. and there was no
Would
crumpling.
would that
See what I'm
potential
saying?
damage to would the potential damage to the bulkhead have contributed to that? Maybe Wookie, you were on about that earlier.
The
Well,
thought was
okay.
Go ahead,
ahead.
buddy. No, go ahead.
Okay.
One
Well,
of you.
okay. So all right. So if we look at the changes that they made, what we can surmise is the real reasons they found, not the crew didn't secure the hatches, but the real reasons they found was the Edmund Fitzgerald was overloaded. Okay. That was too low in the water to ride the waves that it got hit with.
Yep.
Okay. Now, also, she was too old to be in service. And that because you saw a bunch of retired ships right shortly thereafter, ships were retired.
Yeah.
That had been basically from her generation. A bunch of ships from her generation were retired. And also that the shipping lane that the Edmund Fitzgerald went through was shut down. You couldn't take that line anymore. There, even though it was like the shortest between the 2 points, you can't take that line anymore. Okay, and so it's like if you like fill in the blanks, they're acknowledging that she was way overloaded. She was too old to be running, and she was in that trying to save time with all that coal. She was endangering her crew's lives by doing that, which was probably ordered by the company. all those things would be things that the company would benefit the company. Okay, more cargo, shorter amount of time. Right. And yet, suddenly it's like, don't talk about the cargo, don't talk about the line she took, and don't talk about the age of the ship, the shape of the ship.
Is that particular route more dangerous than the routes that are on now?
Yeah. Well, it's more dangerous because the routes that they use now are closer to the shore.
Okay.
Because she was way out in the heart of Superior. Mm-hmm. She was like cutting across Superior instead of going the long way around.
Right. Okay.
Because what's the shortest line between 2 points?
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead, right. Yeah. And so instead of cutting across the heart of Superior like she was doing, they now hug the shoreline.
Oh, I see.
Which takes longer to get there.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And so basically that's three things right there that the changes that they made that seem to indicate that mea culpa, there's some kind of culpability there.
Well.
But that's, like I said, that's just speculation. What is a speculation is that when that sub went down and checked the debris, they found a body.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Well, it was on one of the videos I was watching when they found the body, but they found a body, and you could still determine features.
Oh.
Because bottom that's 512 feet down at the bottom of a freshwater lake that's extremely cold. It's cold fresh water, and so if they wanted to go down and recover those bodies, they could be recovered. Right. And yet they're like, nobody touch it. It's a graveyard now. The families are kind of like the family. They always say that, well, the family doesn't want it disturbed. The family doesn't want those bodies back. That's where that's their grave. The family wants this. The family wants that. And yet, the family was signed NDAs to get a payout.
Imagine that.
What's that
Well,
smell?
That thing wasn't that ship paid for and built for an insurance company? And it's named after the CEO of the company that
Yeah, it was
that
named
paid
after
for
the. It was named after the CEO. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it was an insurance company or what have you, but it's a big firm
I
anyway.
thought it was an insurance company or something like that.
Possibly, but it's named after the CEO. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, I was watching the video. I spent all day trying to get you guys. But these archaeologists, they brought a metallurgist to look. There's actually another shipwreck that happened earlier. I can't remember the name of the ship. It was like the Mano or something like that. But there was one survivor on that ship, and it was also, it wasn't as big as the Fitzgerald, but it was it was carrying the same cargo, and
I see.
and he woke up from like the middle of the night, heard this gigantic noise like a cracking sound, and next thing you know, he's in the water.
Wow.
And that wreck can be, they can dive on it, they can study on it, and oh, by the way, the bodies were recovered from that one.
Right. Okay. I was waiting to say.
Yeah, the bodies were recovered from that one. But you can go down there and investigate it all you want. And so they went down and they checked, and you could see in the superstructure there was stress in the superstructure, and it looked like the ship had just snapped.
Right.
And okay, and so. And so that one was built around the same time as the Edmund Fitzgerald.
I assume that there are telltale signs on the superstructure of the Fitzgerald as well.
No, well, we'll never know, will we?
Oh, yeah, if you can't dive on it, you can't investigate it.
Right.
You can't dive on it, you can't investigate it. Yeah. Because the family, the family.
I just thought that the people who went down and found the body might have noted that, but yeah.
Well, they were basically they were allowed to go down and look at it, and it's been since '95 since they went down and checked it out, and so
30 years
this
ago.
year is that's so this one's this year is another anniversary. And he's hoping that they'll let him go back, and yet he has yet to get any answers to his inquiry. And oh, by the way, the company, exactly, what the companies that own the Edmund Fitzgerald and the coal that they were the coal that they were delivering have connections all the way to Washington D.C.
It was actually iron ore.
Gosh, I'm shocked.
Yeah, iron ore, right? Iron ore pellets from Wisconsin. But the people who own the smelting and iron and stuff like that, that they were delivering product to, they are very well connected in Michigan and very well connected in DC.
Oh yeah,
so shocking.
Why does that not surprise me?
So shocking, isn't it? Oh my! Yeah. Well, there you go.
What a twist! Shocked. What a twist!
So basically, basically, what we're saying is the bodies were indeed recovered, or at least most of them were. They were recovered and they're just disposed of. And that one was just...
No. The bodies are supposedly still down there.
Okay.
Which is why this is the reason why you can't dive on it. It's considered a graveyard.
Right. Okay.
So marine time law is as long as those bodies are there. That's why the Arizona. That's why nobody can go near the Arizona.
Yep.
It's because it's supposedly a grave site. So
okay. Yeah.
It's only recent that they've allowed like mini subs to go into the Arizona. But anyway, so which they could do Edmund Fitzgerald very easily. You know, it's 512 feet down.
Well, that's a different scenario, isn't it? With the the USS Arizona.
Right.
So
right.
they found. So they basically found a body just in passing with a mini sub back in '95, and so they could not recover it. They just left it wherever they just looked at it.
They were told the only way that they could go down is if they promised to leave everything intact.
Gotcha. So they couldn't touch anything no matter what.
No, they cannot. And a weird thing is, you think that somebody, there are private submarines. I mean, the freaking, Titanic's been just picked over the years by private submarines. As a matter of fact, they're destroying the wreck of the Titanic with private submarines, so going down through there. Except for the one that went,
Yeah, except for the one that
that one.
Yeah,
turned into a beer can and
but the Edmund Fitzgerald is just 512 feet down, so that's way shallower than what the Titanic is.
Yeah, there's lots of theories. The one I was watching, it's like about 4 episodes. It was specifically on the Edmund Fitzgerald, and it was done an interview of a captain, Daniel, I think, or something like that. And he came up with a lot of documents and things, and his theory is because, and they actually checked this out. They actually confirmed this, or was confirmed. A few years, or about not too long after the Fitzgerald incident, that there was someone saying it may have run aground on some port because there's low areas out there, or high areas close to the waterline, and the storm, they might have been confused or something, and maybe run aground on something, or at least scrape the shit out of the bottom, and maybe broke some rivets and seams. And the idea was, the theory is that but they did find scarring fresh during of the path of the Fitzgerald took. So they actually found it and identified it, that this is scarring here, and so the only thing was near there was Edmund Fitzgerald.
So in other words, his theory goes back to crew era.
Well, the idea is there's two components. There's actually 2 major components, and they all deal with the hull. One is the internal hull, and the other is running, scraping the bottom of the exterior hull, and near the bulkhead, or not the bulkhead, but the near the ballast tanks or ballast area. And the bulkhead that was on the interior that was damaged was on the top of that same ballast area. Okay. And so the idea is that the speculation is that there was not speculation. There was a specific incident, and it was reported and recorded with the Edmund Fitzgerald back in the month of October, less than maybe a few weeks before it sank, was offloading heavy-duty equipment, and there was a crane, kind of what you would see like in a claw machine. You get the bear, pull the teddy bear out, whatever. Something like that device was going into the hull to grab this piece of machinery. When it did, it pushed down into the bulkhead, that piece of machinery, and when it pulled up a piece of the the plates. It pulled up a plate, a big old plate, and so they went back down there to go and weld it. The longshoreman there. We're going to go back in and repair it. And the captain said, "No, just lay it down. You don't have to weld it." And they were going to weld it, but he didn't want it to be welded. Now, this is something that was coming from an eyewitness who worked that day there, pulling all that crap out of the inside of that thing, because the captain was thinking, okay, well, we're going to be picking up iron ore. It's going to be completely covering the thing. We don't need it. So the bulkhead was there, but it was never secured. It was never welded to back in place. It was just laying there on it loose.
So basically,
so
what you're saying is,
speculation is
Okay.
and then
you're
speculation
basically
is
saying that is if they just stick on some heavy shit on top of it, then that makes it watertight.
exactly. But what happened was that was right over the freaking the ballast tank that was empty because to keep it afloat. And if they scraped across the bottom and tore up the exterior bulkhead, then or side of the ship, and created a leak, then that whole cargo hold is going to fill up with water,
Right.
and it's not going to be 29,000 tons of.
So what's the proof of this? Is this all speculation, or does he have actual documented proof?
There's
Does he have actual
eyewitness
documented proof, or is this
There's
speculation?
eyewitness proof.
This is documented eyewitness proof. Okay.
Supposedly it is.
Provided by who?
I have no idea.
Who's it provided by?
I don't know. You watch the video and you tell me who it was provided by.
I didn't watch that particular video. As a matter of fact, out of all the videos I watched, that's the first time I've heard of this theory.
No, it's not a theory.
You have to send it to me. I'm not saying it.
Yeah, it's not a theory.
Okay.
But anyway, the theory is that that's what caused the sinking. Is it basically filled up the center of the ship and cracked it in half.
So we're back to crew era.
If you're going to blame the crew, I would blame the captain solely, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We're having a conversation down in the cheap sheets. Yeah. We're actually getting told to go on off topic with customers. Freedom. No. You can be off topic all you want. I would never do that. Too old in Wookiee years. Okay. Cam. Hey.
All right, Cam.
Hey, T Bunny gets back from Spain with a girl. Did have to run 21 times now with the Bulls. Good topic. Always loved the song Lightfoot did too. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's the first one that I've heard. That first time I've heard that one. But I have to check that one out. I did miss that one in my research. Not saying it doesn't exist. Not saying I just hadn't seen it. Okay. But anyway, so a theory that I saw that made a lot of sense to me. Okay. These guys I was watching, the one video I was trying to show, they had a metallurgist look at a ship of approximately the same age that was decommissioned by Edmund Fitzgerald. And they said that the way they overlapped the metal sheeting, they would never do that today. Mainly because you're basically the way they would do it today is they would weld the panels together instead of bolting them together or putting a bolt through it, what that's called, like a grommet or whatever. But they basically just bolted stuff on back then and then sealed it sealed it later. But the way he said it, the way they do it nowadays is they actually weld it on, and then the bolt is used to give it extra support and bolt it. It's just the way it's fastened together is a lot more secure these days. But he said that he's seen a lot of metal stress, that maybe the metallurgy wasn't up to the size of Edmund Fitzgerald. But the Titanic had the same issue. When they'd taken metal off the Titanic, it was way too brittle for what the Titanic was. So the theory I saw, basically the same people, they also took a high pressure hose and aimed it directly at the cargo clamps that were supposedly the ones that failed. I mean, directly at it. I mean, high pressure hose that's used to fight fires from out in the water. So like pretty much the highest pressure hose you can have on the market, and aimed it directly at the clamps, and then they did it with the clamps fastened. They did it with the clamps unfastened, like every other one unfastened. Like if somebody was, doing it half-assed, and not enough water got in to cause any kind of ballast issue.
I see.
And so even if somebody on the crew was being lazy and half-assed or whatever, that still wouldn't have contributed significantly to the sinking of the ship.
Right.
And so go ahead, get caught up right quick.
High pressure.
So Cam can't. Let me do it. I don't know where he's at. Cam says she can't stay. Have fun. Catch up later. Saw Superman today.
See
Take
you
it
later,
easy,
Cam.
everybody. Okay. And crack and cheese grommet. Okay. I'm not sure what grommet is. Anyway, hey Cap, hope you're doing well. Captain Finley said Cap Cam, and in high pressure hose are absolute worst, especially park hose. Anyway,
I was waiting to say.
he didn't say that. He didn't say that, so I beat him to it. All right.
Wow.
Okay, so there's a phenomenon called a rogue wave.
Mhm.
Okay, and
I've heard
rogue
of them.
waves. Yep. So rogue waves are waves. It's phenomenon that happens when several waves like combine and form one massive wave.
Right.
And it happens on the lakes because the lakes are smaller bodies of water than oceans. And so there's more waves in a limited amount of time or a limited amount of space. And it causes way more rogue waves to happen on the lakes, which is one of the reasons why the lakes are so dangerous. And if a rogue wave had hit the Edmund Fitzgerald, which we suspect was overloaded and riding low in the water, then all that water would have crashed down on the forecastle, the stern of the ship, and they measured the water that would have landed on top of the forecastle from a rogue wave, if it was large enough, would have been about 1 million, about I think it was like 100 tons or something like that of water landing. Okay, so you got this long ship with distressed metal in the middle, overloaded, and you have that much water land on one side of it, and it can't rock because it's overloaded.
Right.
So where would all the pressure go?
It would probably smash the ship right in this spot that you're saying it's been cracked from above.
Well, the ship's this long, right? And all the water hits on top of there. And because it's overloaded and it can't just rock on the wave, because where's the stress? Where you see the stress going?
Yeah,
right here.
Right in the middle. The part you said snapped.
Yeah. And so then if it snapped, then both sides would fall this way. Mm-hmm. And it would instantaneously go under.
Right.
So that would explain why the radar signal completely died. And so if it snaps, then both the stern and the other one would probably land on its top, or one of them would probably land on its top because when it snapped, it would flip over, right? And so we know that the stern was pretty much upright, but the bow flipped over. We know that from eyewitness accounts and scans, okay? So if it did snap because it was overloaded, because the metal was stressed, and because it was an older ship, and because it got hit with a rogue wave on one side of it, which we know rogue waves exist and they do happen, and that the particular storm that day was a really, really bad one. And then that would make a lot more sense to that theory makes a lot more sense. What do you think, Wookie?
Well, I know there was a report that they in the communication the captain had with the Arthur Anderson is that the hatches for the vent hatches, which are just like an oversized manhole cover size. They lost one or two, and those vent the vent air from the ballast. They're ballast hatches, not cargo hatches. They're the ballast hatches, and it runs down the side of the ship and underneath, and where the ballast tanks are. So those were missing, and they were having massive waves coming over the side. Now, keep in mind also, he also reported that he lost his railing on one side.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I heard that in the
lost
video.
The railing on one side. It's gone. Now, one expert said in these series of videos that the only reason he could think of, the only condition which could happen is that the railing is to get damaged and gone, is that there was structural stress, meaning twisting, and then the railing would then basically just fall apart.
Right.
But so if there's water coming over the sides going into these vent chambers that are unprotected, that's a factor. If they ran aground, like they found the scarring out on the low, in the high areas that was in the track of the Edmund Fitzgerald, then there's water coming in from underneath as well. Maybe slow, but there's water coming in, and it's riding low in the water anyway. So it's got almost 30,000 tons of iron ore, distributed in that ship, and so it's basically dragging it down anyway. And then you add the influx of water into the ballast, you add the influx of water from underneath, and if that hatch has not been secured underneath, or not the hatch, but that decking underneath in that hold was never welded back on, so you got the water that's coming in from the top or in from the bottom into that ballast tank. Now it's going into the cargo hold, and so
you're back to yes, it might have snapped in two, but it's still crew error.
I don't know where they get the crew error from outside of it being the captain who was making the decisions to navigate.
Okay.
Right. I'm saying the crew error. If they're talking about they're claiming crew error because of one of the cargo hatches were not secured. Okay, one of the big, huge metal cargo hatches that almost went completely the width of the ship. It is noted that in its last dry dock, where they did know that the hatches were not securing on this one particular hatch, they were never replaced or repaired.
All right. Okay, so let me get caught up right here. We're getting behind over here. 1 second. T-Buddy, been watching your shorts. Appreciate it, Cam. Made a joke first and beat you to it. Check the spelling genius. I saw. Yes. You made the joke first. I acknowledge that. Thank you for saying so. Anyway, okay, history, mystery men. Okay, parkour is known about cargo holes. Oh, thank you very much.
Stuff.
Cargo holes, yeah.
What is this? What is this link?
That's the Edmund Fitzgerald series of videos that I saw with Captain Darrell.
Okay.
This, late captain.
All right. I wear cargo shorts. Okay. Well, nice to know. Mr. Good stuff. Your attire is definitely adding to the ambiance here. Anyway, okay. All right. So, my question is, why wouldn't they want that investigated? Why do they lock down the site if there was no company, like any company, if they're not responsible for anything, if there's no liability, then why wouldn't they just be absolutely okay with anybody investigating? Why would they be okay with the bodies being recovered and the site just being shut down? I'm not entirely sure if there's no company culpability, if it's all, on the crew, why wouldn't they just be totally okay with anybody investigating and going down there? You know, that's the mystery to me. I mean, the family, you know, the family asking them not to. I mean, how many times have they used the family's will or wishes to complete to offshoot? What is that word? Damn it, obfuscate. Obfuscate. Okay.
Obfuscate.
Or to shut, yeah, or to shut down any kind of investigation. They do this all the time. It's like, oh, well, the family don't want this done, and I'm like, if something happened to my family member, you know, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I just don't want anybody to investigate. They did this with Uvalde. They did this with the park land. They did this with the place in Connecticut. You know, or don't investigate because the family just want to move on. The family don't want anybody to investigate or to you know, to dig into this. You know, if you do, the family's going to show up with well-paid lawyers out of the blue and sue you for $1 billion. You know, ask Alex Jones. But
yeah,
it just seems like the first play that they make is like, oh, we feel so bad for the families that we want to just, you know, to shelter them from any kind of pain whatsoever, you know, and let them grieve and move on, you know, don't pay attention to this. And it's like, it's always something that's so shady and it's got like so many questions involved that you're like, if I'm a family member and something happened to my family member, I'd want to know. I mean, I would want to know what exactly happened, especially if they are like accusing family members of making mistakes, like leaving hatches loose. You know. So anyway, that's just me. I think it's a little bit problematic. What do you think, guys?
Well, I'm trying to think if it's maybe a combination of all of the above, to be brutally honest.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shade, you know, the company pushing for, you know, faster deliveries and, you know, overloading the ship, and maybe maybe the ship is old as the hills. And I'm just thinking, if there was any truth to, you know, some of those hatches being a bit wonky and that and the bulkhead, Wookie's saying that, you know, you're saying that the captain would be responsible for that because he's obviously the crew would know about it, so
right.
That makes everybody responsible. So
well, I mean, how many times have you complained? How many times as a worker have you complained about, you know, your safety's not being paid attention to, or
exactly,
this equipment that's too old, or, you know, and you'll go to the boss and like, somebody's going to get hurt with that. And then the boss is like, oh, we'll take care of it. And then it never gets taken care of.
Exactly.
And then,
yeah, I think it's a combination. And obviously because of the pushing for the speedy deliveries and haulage and whatnot, obviously that would be discovered if they did the investigations. So they just paid the families off to keep them quiet.
Right. Well, let me play this one clip that I was able to. Yeah, let me play the one clip I was able to get. Hopefully we don't get struck. I don't know. But let me play this. That's Gordon Lightfoot was really he was closer to it than anybody, really. Outside of the families, he was like the proceeds of his biggest hit where it was donated to the families of the Edmund Fitzgerald people. Because when he went to make that song, he wanted to make sure it wasn't ghoulish, like he wasn't making money off the backs of these poor men. And so to like be okay with his own conscience, he decided that any proceeds that he made, off of record sales, they would go to them. And he's raised. I mean, there's no telling how much money he's like raised for these people over the years. As a matter of fact, when they ring the bell 29 times, they ring it 30 now.
No.
One more, and Gordon's the last one they ring it for. So that started out after he died. So that's how much they respected him, how beloved he was by the survivors of the 29 men. But I haven't heard anybody say anything about this scientifically being proven that the Edmund Fitzgerald broke in half. Have you heard of anything?
No.
What about you, Wookie? You still with us?
Yeah, no, they talked about it in the videos that I watched, but I thought it was well known because obviously it broke in half.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would think it would be bigger news, if they scientifically proved that it did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, because the prevailing narrative, like for decades, was they didn't secure the hatches, and that caused it to capsize and break in half.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that pretty much leads us up to our question of the day. Was the Fitzgerald, the wreck of the Fitzgerald crew error? So that is the question of the day. There had a few chats over here I didn't get to. So parkours know about cargo holes. I wear cargo shorts. He says, you are welcome glad I could add to the show. And easy for you to say. I'm not sure what's easy for me to say, but thank you, Mr. Good Stuff, for joining us. Anyway, so that is if you have not voted and you're in Wookiee's chat, or if you're
I can't find. I had my thing up on my chat, the poll, and now it's not even here. I'm searching through it. It's not even listed on my chat. The poll. It's disappeared.
Did your poll sync?
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah, I don't know why. It's gone. Like I never put it up, but I did put it up. I put it up just before we went on.
Bottom of the internet.
Apparently so. I don't know what the hell. But it's not here.
Well, vote on bunnies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
Get
what
yourselves
well,
on
that's
the
helpful.
bunnies and vote.
Yeah, it's not on my YouTube channel. So everybody in the chat that's in my chat, just say if it's if the was the Fitzgerald wreck crew created? Did the crew cause it? Say, confirmed or debunked? Or you're not sure, say in the middle.
All right. I have 3 votes on mine, which is still up. 1 for debunked and 2 for confirmed. So going to end it right now. If you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. And 3, 2, 1, end poll. All right. Okay, so that ends us on 2 confirmed and 1 for in the middle. Okay, so all right, so let's go around the horn here. Let me get Wookie first. What's up, dude? What do you think?
I'm in the middle.
All right, so that's 2 for in the middle, 2 for confirmed. What do you think, Cruel? You think was it?
I'm also in the middle. I think there are certainly some contributing factors from the crew side of things. But certainly there's definitely the pushing the ship to its limit. The captain I had a tendency to push it. The captain that was on the duty that day, he had a tendency to drive the ship really hard. So a lot of things contributing, perhaps. So I'm kind of in the middle, and you've got the overloading and the company's stance. So I'm in the middle.
All right. Okay, so that's 3 for in the middle, and 2 for confirmed. I guess I'm the tiebreaker. And
what's he gonna do?
All right.
What's
now,
he gonna do?
Well, after Wookie brought that up, I'm gonna have to go and watch it because I did not watch that, but I didn't know that there was already like damage that had what was like documented. I didn't know about that.
No, you told me about.
There's also an incident. There was also an incident that happened to it prior to obviously November, involving damage done at the dock to its radar mast that's on the front of the ship.
Okay.
That had to be repaired. It was documented as being hit by one of the loading planks. They couldn't pull it up in time. Yeah. When the ship was being adjusted, it was being moved so that they could actually fill the other cargo hold.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to have to agree with I have to agree with you guys.
What?
Okay, I came into it pretty much confirmed, but the more we were talking about it, the more we're going round and round. It's kind of like the burden of proof, right?
Yeah.
You have to be beyond a shadow of a doubt to be confirmed on something, and after you talked about possible damage in the hold and possible cover up of damage and the ship being pushed through the middle of the Lake Superior to cut the time in half and it being overloaded. Those are choices that the captain could have refused to make.
Yeah.
And so while I think the crew itself did the best job that they could do under the circumstances, the captain is part of the crew. And so I'm going to go with
So, talking about that rogue wave, the Arthur Anderson, who was a little ways back from the Fitzgerald before it did go down, they had encountered a wave coming from the stern and traveled past them. It hit them pretty hard. It was about a 30-foot wave, but of course, they had everything was closed up, so they were able to ride it out. But this thing was traveling at a very good speed, this wave, and it was going toward the direction that Fitzgerald was in relation to Arthur Anderson. So at roughly about that time, I think that the Arthur Anderson stopped pinging on they couldn't find, didn't see the radar wasn't showing the ship anymore.
So that wave could have been the one that snapped the Fitzgerald in half. Yeah.
It could have been the wave that broke the camel's back. Yeah.
I think the manner in which the ship sank with that wave is probably true.
Yeah.
It's there's just so many contributing possible factors leading up to that might have prevented it.
Well, I think you can probably argue that the crew, even if the crew did everything 100% perfect, that ship was doomed. It was just doomed to go down because of the overloading the cargo hold and the shape of the ship, and the nature of the weather on Lake Superior. It was just like a perfect storm.
It's possible. It is possible that maybe we would have had survivors. Maybe if it hadn't gone down the way it did.
Well, the fact that it happened to another ship just prior to that, and the situation wasn't addressed. I mean, that's all on the company, and the fact that after that, the Edmund Fitzgerald going down and Gordon Lightfoot putting it on the ears of everybody in America, I'm sure the company's kind of like,
was the other ship? Was the other ship
ahead.
part of the same company? Was it the same company ship? The other one?
I believe it was. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it was. Like I said, it'd be nice to be able to show that because
Right.
thanks to copyright situation that we're all dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not the only one that's getting hit and stuff like that. I mean, there's some way bigger channels than mine that are suffering right now because of YouTube shenanigans. And so
YouTube sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, so thank you all for coming today. Thank you, everybody in the chat for showing up. And being
thanks
so
everybody for coming by.
Even those who only talked about putting their kids in Siberia, we appreciate all the
appreciate the commentary on Siberia.
We appreciate any activity over there. Not Brian, Captain Finity, Cam, Cotton, Papa Cotton.
Yeah, Cotton was there.
And Mr. Good Stuff. Thank you all for coming today.
Mr. Good Stuff.
Will from Creators Outlet.
Yeah.
Good friend Will. He showed up.
And then also Phil Bo Baggins.
Yeah, Phil Bo. Yeah.
Phil Bo.
Good old Phil Bo. Anyway, but thank you all for coming today. And to the sailors, Edmund Fitzgerald, I hope it was over quick for you. And I hope you're selling someplace sweeter these days. I hope you had some fair winds now. But anyway, you guys got shafted. There's just no way. There's no way around it. You guys got shafted, whether it was by your captain or by the company. People were dropping the ball, and you guys paid the price for it. Anyway, thank you all for coming, and we will see you next Saturday night. Same Conspiracy channel, same cryptid time. Anybody got a suggestion for next week? We can advertise and drop now.
Nope.
Not off the top of my head right now.
No, sure.
There's quite a few things going on, but there's a lot of few current events going on that we're just
current events, not at all. There's nothing happening. What you do?
So
we tend to steer away from current events, but it is pretty.
There was one I was thinking about, and I just can't remember it right now.
Well, that's very helpful. That's
was it a cryptid or a conspiracy?
Is it conspiracy?
We're not going to investigate your ex-wife, okay? That's
damn.
That's not
is that not one of is that a cryptid?
And we're not going to investigate Abby's either. So there you go.
Well, my ex-wife's not a cryptid. She's actually a demon, so we might need to have a priest for that episode.
Oh, okay.
Exorcism.
Okay. All right. It's all right. Anyway, thank y'all for coming. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Good night,
have
everybody.
a very good night.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody.